From slugfest to rain delay to slugfest to blowout in the fourth quarter, Notre Dame scores 21 points in the fourth quarter to pull away here in Carter Finley Stadium. Notre Dame wins 45-21 over NC State. It was closer than that, but the sign of a really good football team is one that puts a home team away.
Yeah.
When they were in a position to come back on Notre Dame never trailed. Sam Hartman threw 4 touchdown passes. A whole bunch of guys scored touchdowns once again. Notre Dame moves to 3-0 with a 45-21 victory.
It's 24-17, and Sam Hartman fumbles. It's NC State ball in Notre Dame territory. Immediate 3-and-out and a missed field goal thereafter. Notre Dame goes down and scores, and it is just on after that. You could see the will taken out of North Carolina State's defense. I think you mentioned it. It was after D.J. Brown's interception. You're looking at them and saying, they're not tackling Audric Estime with that same fervor. That's going to keep happening, though, because Notre Dame keeps coming at you. The more plays this offense has, the better. It used to be, let's see if we can only have 60 snaps in the game so we don't screw things up offensively. They're going to keep scoring in the fourth quarter against teams, I think, after watching this showcase, that they had 42 points after the delay.
And Notre Dame stepped up defensively. They really kept Brennan Armstrong in the pass lanes. NC State apparently felt like they could run the football today, mainly probably because they knew they had Brennan Armstrong on their side, but they never ran the football with any kind of authority. I would say that, their receivers, which we weren't sure about, they got open a few times but couldn't make plays, and then late in the game,
why they wanted to run the football.
Well, that's true, but I mean they weren't running it with any kind of authority. But and Marcus Freeman said it that late in the game, Notre Dame's DB started making plays. You had the 2 picks deep in NC State territory, and that's when Notre Dame pulled away from them. But you had the 80-yard run by Estime. We talked about it during the game, Tim. The unbalanced line that they used, it was very effective.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman said they came into the game with the plan to use it. And I realized there was a 3rd and short there where they tried 3 tight ends and they tried something a little bit different and it came up short. But Jared Parker's proving to be a pretty darn good play caller.
Well, they had 3 3-and-outs their first 4 possessions, 3 in their first 3 possessions. The field goal happens. Audric Estime gets the long run. That is a huge adjustment by Parker coming out of the break. It was one play, 80 yards coming out of the break. You don't get much better than that. I think the fact that they had 6 3-and-outs, 7 3-and-outs, but scored 45 points is a plus for the offensive coordinator when you're trying to adjust to things. Because obviously NC State had them dialed in a little bit. That's a lot of 3-and-outs for Notre Dame. I don't know if you look at drive charts very often. They don't normally have that many 3-and-outs in a game, but he was able to sandwich 45 points around that. We keep saying learning on the job, but we brought this up pregame. I think we brought it up publicly pregame. It might have been going in advantage veteran coaches NC State. Notre Dame's coaches won the day.
They won the day. That was definitely something that I thought was a key factor. And I mean, Hartman, he fumbled, as you said, that put them in a difficult situation, but he hung in there.
Yeah.
Holden Stays comes up big again. Estime with a couple touchdowns. Jaden Greathouse with a contested ball in the end zone. When it's a contested ball, Jaden Greathouse wins it.
That was a crucial play because that was pre-half, answering a drive by NC State. Notre Dame goes right down. They called timeout again in the red zone to preserve time for Sam Hartman. He had a minute 3, I believe, either after the kickoff or after that play. Right down the field. Now, it was fortunate they find Chris Tyree open on the sideline. He goes 65 yards. What a throw and catch, Hartman and Greathouse. That is, I only have 1 year of it, but that's quite a combination we have for the next 10 games. Tobias Merriweather, they did not score on this drive, but that was a very nice catch and run, 45 yards, and it was a time in the game where Notre Dame was backed up and not performing all that well offensively. They had the Estime run. That was it. Merriweather got him out of a hole, and I think it was important at times to get them. Sam Hartman got him out of the hole with a run. You don't always have to score. You can't keep playing from the 10-yard line minus like they were doing early in the contest.
NC State is not used to giving up those kind of points. The most they gave up last year was 30. This is actually the first time they've lost by 3 touchdowns since North Carolina of 2020. They put out a good defense, but Tim, I agree, and I think it was worth pointing out that's a very veteran football coaching staff that NC State has. Notre Dame's isn't very veteran, but they won the day. They yielded, as the game went on, they yielded some points defensively in the red zone. But look, Notre Dame did what they had to do. They never trailed in this game. I know I said that before, but that's key because you come on the road, you face some adversity, but they never allowed the lead to slip away.
There's one moment where North Carolina State sees momentum. We talked about it on the forced fumble.
Yep.
Sudden change defense has been great this year. This is the first time sudden change defense had to be great against an opponent that should be able to score on you when they get the ball in your territory in that situation, and they got nothing out of it.
Yeah. We have more coming up. Irish Illustrated overtime. Notre Dame wins 45-21 over NC State.